Coco's Italian Market, we carry many products imported directly from Italy. Now, these buyer tours that I've made videos of, they've been so much fun and they're so interesting. I just had to figure out a way to let our customers and any food and wine friends join me. So we set up some regular tours for our customers, or actually anyone else who's watching this video and like to join us. You know, these tours of Italy are not in the tourist books. We have special relationships with our exporter, Attavola, and the manufacturers of many of the products you see in our store. So you'll have an unprecedented, exclusive look into a day in the life of our artisan suppliers. You know, we'll stroll through olive groves and orchards and vineyards, and we'll observe the farms and the factories during production. You chat with the owners and farmers and their workers and their families, and there's always wine and food pairings. We have lunch in the village cafes and exclusive dinners in these local restaurants that are expecting us, and they're really proud to show off their range of delicious style and creativity and the mastery of these local dishes. So if you're interested in joining us, email me through a link at italianmarket.biz, click on the travel link, and definitely get a hold of me. That said, one of our stops was in Cameri. It's in northern Italy, it's the Gorgonzola region, and we went there to visit the Latteria Sociale di Cameri. And it's a small, to today's standards, cheese factory. And it's an artisan cheese producer, and they still make the cheeses as they did when they first opened. And let me stress that we could talk for days about cheeses, and I am not a cheese expert. Latteria has a wide range of cheeses that they produce, and they're all really fantastic. Actually, my mouth's watering just thinking about being there. Anyway, I'll add a link to their website below this video. Gorgonzola cheese is similar to what we call blue cheese, and it can be produced in a variety of forms. Much like how bourbon can only legally be called bourbon when produced in Kentucky, Gorgonzola cheese can only be produced in the Gorgonzola region of Italy, of which their methods of cheese making go back at least 1,000 years. Depending on the amount of time allowed for aging, they can range from creamy, which is called dolce, to crumbly, salty and spicy, which are named natural, mountain, and picante, respectively. All these types of Gorgonzola are members of the Stracchino family of cheeses. That is to say, it is a whole milk, white, uncooked cheese, except for the mold. And yes, it's the mold that makes it what it is. As for which Gorgonzola to use in a particular dish, the creamy dolce can be used as a dip, and it's more commonly used for things like sauces and soufflés. It's a little too creamy for platters, and any Gorgonzola goes well with a sweet wine. It's perfect with the cheese's spiciness. Now, Latteria produces some of the best Gorgonzola cheese in the world, as is evident by their many awards. They only have 1,000 select cows, and they're meticulously cared for, and the factory uses no plastic or really no large automation. And Latteria puts a huge amount of effort to keep their product from being just another mass-produced food.
The Latteria di Cameri started the business in 1914. First, the company was based in the center of the village of Cameri, but then they expand and they move just outside the village. So they build a new facility. Recently, like 6 years ago, they expand again because they need more room between the production and the aging side. Mainly, they process and produce cow milk. Their main product is the Gorgonzola. Gorgonzola, they have the sweet and the spicy one. They produce the milk, they process the milk, they make the cheese following the traditional method, and they aged, so they kind of trace all the way down to the final product that goes in the market.
What's the average time it takes from cooking the milk to one wheel being available for sale?
It depends on the product, because as an example, for the Gorgonzola, they process all the milk in one day. So they receive the milk very early in the morning, and by the end of the day everything is going through. So they store it overnight. It will take a couple of days for shape and put the salt, and then depends on the product, they store in different ways. But let's say that minimum will take like 3 months before one wheel goes out from the production.
How do they make it spicy without putting pepper or the things we...
No, it's just at the beginning of the process, when they get the milk, to make the cheese, they inject the mold basically. How much and the type of mold make the difference. Then the aging would make the difference on the product. The wood that is not just that is around the cheese, but also the base where I blend out all the cheeses. The wood release on the cheese smell and taste that is very unique.
What kind of wood do they use?
Pine tree wood.
Now they were rolling the wheels in salt. They do that daily?
Initially, yes. The water and salt, in a way, they clean the outside of the shape of the wheel, but when they dry, make the outside skin more thicker.
At Coco's Italian Market, we carry the Latteria's Gorgonzola, and it's in a variety of sizes and wheels, and it's really a great addition to any party that you're having, or honestly, just any time. Or actually, better yet, just join me and let's all go to Gorgonzola.